Hello, students. Good afternoon to everyone. How are you? I am Rajveer Singh, your biology coach. Today we are presenting the part 3 neural coordination. And as I think from your side, you definitely enjoyed this my previous session and definitely will learn very important conceptual building for your NEET preparation. Right? So, let's start today's session. So today's session, first question in front of you, which asking about, and in old age, the vision of eye becomes dim. It means dim. It is due to what? Myopia. It's wrong. Hypermetropia, cataract, astigmatism. Answer will be cataract. Why we have choose only cataract and why we not choose to myopia, hypermetropia, astigmatism? So let's me explain. Cataract. So if I talk about first of all myopia occurs when eyeball becomes longer and it results in the formation of an image in front of the retina. This was about myopia. Then after if I talk about hypermetropia, so hypermetropia is occurs when eyeball becomes shorter and it's result in the formation of the image behind the retina. In myopia, front of retina, and in hypermetropia, behind of the retina. Then after, if I talk about cataract, so cataract is an eye disease that occur in older peoples. The visibility is reduced because the eye lens become opaque. And at the last, if I talk about astigmatism, so the vision gets blurred due to improper of the eye's curvature. So that was our answer, which is the cataract is the right answer. Next one question: hypermetropia. The image is formed. I know, and I hope you will answer. You know about this answer because just I have talked about before some seconds. Before retina and correctly by convex, behind retina and corrected by convex, before retina and corrected by concave. So as you know, in hypermetropia, definitely image will becomes behind the retina. This is fine, but maximum student in is confused among the convex and concave. So you should know about convex is the right for hypermetropia. So convex lens is used for the correct the hypermetropia, and in this situation, image is made behind the retina. So, if I more describe to hypermetropia, so is the term used to define long sightedness in this the image of a nearby object is formed behind the retina. This means that light is the focus too far back in the eye, causing things that are close up to appear blurred, and a convex lens is a used to solve the problem of a long sightedness or hypermetropia. So our answer second is the right answer. Second option is right answer. And in presbyopia, the eyeball becomes short, the lens becomes opaque, the retina gets damaged. Diminutions of accommodations of a lens due to loss of the elasticity. So right answer is the fourth option. Because in myopia, as I told you already, occurs when eyeball become longer and it result in the formation of the image in front of the retina. It it is corrected using concave lens which diverts the light rays to get focused on the retina. Next, presbyopia occur in the late age, generally after 40 years, due to loss of the elasticity of an eye lens, due to which nearby objects are not correctly visible. Right? And it is corrected by using the bifocal length. Okay, then after cataract. So cataract is an disease that occur in older people. The visibility is reduced because the eye lens become opaque. It is treated by surgery. And in hypermetropia occur when eyeball becomes shorter and it's a result in the formation of the image behind the retina, and it is corrected by using the convex lens. Okay, so which focus the light rays on the retina. So our answer is the fourth. Next one question is the in myopia, right? Light rays from far off object converge behind the retina, in front of the retina, on the retina, and in the retina. Answer will be in front of the retina. Why? So because in a myopic eye, rays from the distance object are brought to a focus at a point in a between eye lens and retina. A myopic person cannot see distance object clearly but is able to see nearby object clearly. So our answer is the second in front of the retina. Next question is overproduction of a aqueous humor result in astigmatism, fovea centralis, macula lutea, or yellow spot glaucoma. Answer will glaucoma. This is very simple answer. So I hope you will understand. But those students are not know about glaucoma. So here I would like to say about glaucoma. The aqueous humor is a transparent and gelatinous fluids containing a low protein concentration. Right? It is secreted from the ciliary epithelium, a structure supporting the lens. It is located in the anterior and posterior chamber of the eye and the space between the lens and the cornea. So, glaucoma is the right answer. Next one question, short sightedness or myopic vision is corrected by wearing convex lens, concave lens, convex mirror, and concave. So, as I know, mirror is not will answer of this question, so this option will eliminate. Next, but here you should know about in hypermetropia. Generally, we used convex, and in short sightedness. So generally here we will use concave lens. So answer will be second. Okay, so concave perception lens called as the minus lens are used to bend light rays are slightly outwards. The light rays then have a greater angle to bend back to focus. When traveling through the cornea and lens, as a result, the light rays focus further back on the retina. So answer will be second. Concave lens is the right answer. Which of the following structure or region is incorrectly paired with its function? So first, medulla oblongata, controlled respirations and cardiovascular reflexes. Limbic system consists of fiber tract that interconnected different regions of a brain, control movements. Corpus callosum, bands of fibers connecting different left and right cerebral hemisphere. Hypothalamus, production of releasing hormones and regulation of the temperature and hunger thirst. So answer will be limbic system is the right answer. Consists of fiber tract that interact between different region, brain and control movements. So, if I more talk about this in favor of this option, so here I would like to say the limbic system is a collection of the nuclei, tract, cortical areas that cover the brain and that surrounded the thalamus. The limbic system deal with the three key functions: emotions, memories, and arousal or a stimulation. There is a no involvement in a movement, so answer will be second. Next question is about here the transparent lens in the human eye is held in its place by ligaments attached to the ciliary body, ligaments attached to the iris, smooth muscles attached to the ciliary body, smooth muscles attached to the iris. Answer will be first. Ligament attached to the ciliary body. This one will be right. Because lens is the biconvex, crystal-like structure in the eye. This is the transparent part of the eye which allow the light of to pass. It is held in the place by suspensory ligament which is attached to the ciliary body. So answer will be first. Next, myelin sheath is produced by Schwann cell and oligodendrocytes, astrocyte and Schwann cells, oligodendrocytes, osteocytes, osteoclast and astrocyte. Answer will be here. Answer will be here 1. Schwann cell and oligodendrocytes are main myelin sheath is produced by Schwann cell oligodendrocytes. Here, if I more talk about this both cells, so myelin sheath is the also known as a medullary sheath. It is an insulating layer which cover the axon and the help to maintain a constant membrane potential. It is produced by Schwann cells in the peripheral nervous system and from oligodendroglia cells. Answer will be first. Then next question, receptor sites for a neurotransmitters are present in membrane by synaptic vesicles, presynaptic membrane, tips of axon, postsynaptic membrane. Answer will fourth. Postsynaptic membrane is the right answer because a presynaptic membrane is involved in the release of the neurotransmitter in the chemical synapses, and the receptor site for the neurotransmitters are present on postsynaptic membrane. So answer will be fourth. Next question about good vision depends on an adequate intake of a carotene rich food. Select the best option from the following statement. Option 1 state vitamin A derivative from formed from the carotene. Yes, this is right. The photopigments are embedded in the membrane disc of the inner segments. Retinal is a derivative of a vitamin A. Retinal is light absorbing part of the all visual photopigments. So among of them, we can see option 1A, definitely this is right. Option C, retinal is derivative of vitamin A. This is also right. And D, retinal is a light absorbing part of all visual photopigments. Answer, this is also right. So we can say answer second is the perfect. A, C and D is the right answer. Here if I talk about more about this answer, so listen to me. The retina of eye has a protein called opsin which binds to the retinal especially, okay. Retinal is the light sensitive pigment and vitamin A is necessary for the production of the retinal, a component of the rhodopsin, right. Rhodopsin is required for sensing dim light. Since deficiency of vitamin A leads to an inadequate production of a retinal, its result in poor vision. Carotene are the pigments present in the red-orange fruit, vegetable. Carotene synthesized vitamin A derivatives. So answer second is the more right. Option second is the more right. Then after, if I more talk about here, so you should know about choose the correct statement among them. So, no receptors respond to change in the pressure. Meissner's corpuscles are the thermoreceptor, photoreceptor in the human eye are depolarized during darkness and become the hyperpolarized in response to the light stimulus. Receptors do not produce graded potential. Among of them, our answer will be third. Photoreceptor in the human eye are depolarized during darkness and become hyperpolarized in response to the light stimulus. So this answer is the right answer. Here, if I more talk about this third option, so bright light cause breakdown of a rhodopsin into opsin and retinal and resultant hyperpolarized rod cell send less neural signal. It means reduce light sensitivity, white darkness, casual causes repolarizations. Is it fine? A receptor potential is varied potential difference produced across the membrane. It is not all or none receptor, none response, no receptor. So no receptor responds to a pen, not a pressure. And Meissner's corpuscles, you should know about, are one of the three types of the cutaneous mechanoreceptors sensitive to fine touch and are found in the skin of the soul. So answer third is the option third is the more right. Then after, next question is about a photosensitive. A photosensitive compound in human eye is made up of transducin, retinine, guanosine, retinol, opacin, opsin, retinol, opsin and retinol. Answer will be opsin and retinol. Because the photosensitive compound generally are present in the vision is a called rhodopsin and also known as the visual purple, which consists of a large protein called opsin and retinal. Opsin are a group of the light sensitive protein found in the photoreceptor cells of the retina, right? Five classical group of a opsin are involved in the vision, mediating the conversion of a photon of a light into an electrochemical signal. The first step in the visual transduction cascade retinal allows certain microorganisms to convert light into metabolic energy. But answer will be so your answer will be third, opsins and retinal. Next question about in mammalian eye, the fovea is the center of the visual fields where more rods than cones are found. High density of a ones of cones occur but has no rod. The optic nerve leaves the eye. Only rod are present. Answer will be second. High density of a cones occurs but has no rods. So answer will be second. The fovea centralis is a small central pit composed of a closely packed cones in the eye. It is located in the center of the macula lutea of the retina, and here it is responsible for a sharp central vision which is required during driving and reading. This region has a high density of the cones, but rods are absent here. The central fovea consists of a very compact cones, thinner and more rod-like in appearance than cones found in elsewhere. Since the fovea does not have rod, it is not sensitive to a dim light. So answer will be second. Next question about the destruction of anterior horn cells of the spinal cord would result in loss of what? Integrating impulse, sensory impulse, voluntary motor impulse, commissural impulse. Answer will be third. Voluntary motor impulse. This one is the right. Because because anterior horn cells are the ventral front gray matter section of the spinal cord which contain motor neurons that affect the skeletal muscles. It is also known as the anterior gray column. Ventral horn. The anterior gray column is the column where the cell body of the alpha motor neurons are located. The destruction of the anterior horn cells of the spinal cord would result in the loss of the voluntary motor impulse because it is the mainly related to the motor impulse. So answer will be third. Next is the a gymnast is able to balance his body upside down even in the total darkness because of the organ of corti, cochlea, vestibular apparatus, tectorial membrane. So as we know, organ of corti, just a organ of hearing, cochlea, just for only hearing, but vestibular apparatus, yes, definitely. This is the popular and this used as a balancing of the body upside. So vestibular apparatus is a present in the ear. It forms the labyrinth of the inner ear in association with the cochlea. This apparatus is the responsible for balance and sense of the orientation for the body in the air. It consists of the three semicircular canal and the base of the which consists the ampulla and otolith organ which consists of a utricle saculi which have a projecting ridge called a macula. When the body is oriented in a different forms in the darkness or absence of the light, the apparatus help to make know about the orientation. So answer will be third. Next one question is the which of the following region of the brain is incorrectly paired with its functions? Cerebrum, calculating and contemplations, medulla oblongata and hemostatic control, cerebellum, language, compressions, corpus callosum, communications between the left and the right cerebral cortices. Answer will be third. Cerebral language compressions is the right answer because corpus callosum is a thick band of the nerve fibers. This region connect the two hemisphere and the form of the basis of the communication in the two hemisphere. Cerebrum is responsible for many activities which are commonly associated with calculation, contemplations, and memory. Medulla oblongata is the part of the brainstem and the cardioregulatory center in the medulla oblongata which respond to the signal given by the barioreceptors. The barioreceptors are involved in the regulation of the blood pressure, which is homeostatic mechanism. Cerebellum play an important role in the processing the compressions of a language and the Broca area. The Broca area is the for language processing and Wernicke's area for the language compressions. So answer will be third. Okay, so now next question is about injury localized to the hypothalamus would most likely disrupt short-term memory, coordinations during locomotions, executive functions such as the decisions making, regulation of body temperature. Answer will be fourth. Regulation of the body temperature. This one is the right answer because the primary function of the hypothalamus is the homeostasis, which is to maintain the body's normal temperature and the body status. So, if there is an injury to the hypothalamus, to the thermoregulatory center is disturbed, resulting in the deregulation of the body temperature. So, answer will be fourth, regulation of the body temperature. Next question, which of the following statement is not correct about? Statement first, retinal is the light absorbing portion of the visual photopigments. This is wrong. The retina, the rods have photopigments, rhodopsin, while cones they have three different photopigments. Retinal is the derivative of the vitamin C. Rhodopsin is the purplish red protein present in the rods only. So answer will be third. Retinal is the derivatives of the vitamin C is the right answer. So a rod have rhodopsin pigments while cones have three photopigments: iodopsin, porphyrosin, and synopsin. Retinal is the derivatives of the vitamin A. Rhodopsin is a purplish red protein, also known as the visual purple, and is associated with the vision under low lights. Retinal is the derivative of vitamin A and bonds to light sensitive protein called opsin. It absorbs light and sends signal brain. So answer will be third. Retinal is the derivative of the vitamin C. Next question about part A, B, and C and D. Here in the diagram of the human. Of the human, so humans are shown in the diagram. Select the option which given correct identification along with its function and characteristics. So A, B, C, and D. Right. So lens and iris are given. So A, first option B is the blind spot. Yes, has only a few rods and cones. This is absolutely wrong. C, aqueous chamber and reflect the light rays does not pass through the lens. So this is not right. Okay, now D, choroid is it's an anterior part of the ciliary body. A, retina contains photoreceptor, rod and cones. Answer will be fourth. Rod contains photoreceptor, rod and cones is the retina. This is the one is the right answer. Okay, so if I more talk about this explanation, so here I would like to say just retina is the sensory layer of the eye that has rod and cone cells for vision. Rod cells help with the visions in the dim light, while the cone cells help in the visions in the strong light. Here, a blind spot is the point of the eye which is devoid to rod and cone cells. The optic nerve emerges from this point which carries the optic impulse to the occipital lobe of the brain of the interpretations. The aqueous chamber is filled with the transparent fluid known as the aqueous humor. It maintains the intraocular pressure and refractive index of the eye. The choroids is the vascular layer that absorbs the light and prevents the internal reflection of the light in the eye. The anterior part of the choroid layer forms the ciliary body. So answer will be fourth. Next question. This is very important question in point of view of the synapses. So a diagram showing axon, terminal, and synapse is given. Identify correct at least two of A to D. So B is the synaptic connections and D is the potassium. A is the neurotransmitter and B synaptic cleft. C is the neurotransmitter and D is the calcium. And A is the receptor and C is the synaptic vesicles. Krishna. So C is the synaptic vesicles. Answer will be fourth. A is the receptor and C is the synaptic vesicles. Now, when you see the diagram of this synapses, so first of all, we will see axon part. Then after axon terminal, then after below the axon terminal, we will see synaptic vesicles. And synaptic vesicles just are a vesicles pouch. And vesicles, synaptic vesicles below, we can see the synapse. And generally, you should know about synapse is made up of a three part. First is the presynaptic membrane, then after synaptic cleft, and ending at the postsynaptic membrane. And finally, we will see at the bottom of this picture receptor. And when we see the left hand side of this, so we can see neurotransmitter. So I hope you will understand why we have choose A is the receptor and C is the synaptical vesicles. Now let me explain in more detail. So an axon terminal contain various neurotransmitter that are released at the small gap between two communicating neurons. Is it fine? This gap is called as the synapse. Okay, then fine. The neurons that sends nerve impulse by the releasing neurotransmitter via the axon terminal at the synapse is called a presynaptic neurons. The synaptic vesicles, represented by C, are present inside the axon terminal and they contain the neurotransmitter. They get attached to the presynaptic membrane and release the neurotransmitter is the synaptic cleft, represented by B. So, which gets attached to the receptor A is a receptor represented by A present on the postsynaptic membrane. So I hope you will understand why we have choose fourth option. Then after next question is the human hindbrain comprises this part, one of which cerebellum, hypothalamus, spinal cord, corpus callosum. Answer will be first cerebellum because the hindbrain the hindbrain is the part of the brain which is consist of the three-part pons and the cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. They form the brain stem and medulla extend to the spinal cord. Cerebellum mainly maintain body balance and coordination. So answer will be first cerebellum. Okay. Now next question: which part of the human ear play no role in hearing, such as but it otherwise very much required? Ear ossicles, eustachian tubes, organ of Corti, and vestibular apparatus. Answer will be vestibular apparatus because vestibular apparatus, also known as the balance system, is the part of the human ear play no role in the hearing but is otherwise very much required because these are the sensory information about the motion, equilibrium, and septial orientation. The balance system also help to walk, run, and move without falling. Balance is controlled through signal to the brain from the eye and the inner ear and the sensory system of the body, such as the skin, muscles, and joints. So our answer will be fourth, vestibular apparatus. Next question is about a person entering in an empty room suddenly finds the snake right is a front on opening at the door. Which one of the following is likely to happen in his neurohormonal control system? So first, sympathetic nervous system is activated, releasing epinephrine and norepinephrine from adrenal cortex. Sympathetic nervous system is activated, releasing epinephrine and norepinephrine from the adrenal medulla. Neurotransmitters diffuse rapidly across the cleft and transmit a nerve impulse. Hypothalamus activate the parasympathetic divisions of our brain. Among of them, our answer will be second. Sympathetic nervous system is activated, releasing the epinephrine and norepinephrine from the adrenal medulla. Right? I hope you'll understand. If you don't understand, no problem, don't worry. Let me explain. The flight or fight. The fight or flight response, also known as the acute stress response, refer to a physiological reaction that occur in the presence of the something that is terrifying either mentally or physically. In response to acute stress, the body's sympathetic nervous system is activated due to the sudden release of the hormone, and the sympathetic nervous system stimulate the adrenal glands, triggering the release of the catecholamine, which include adrenaline and noradrenaline. This result in an increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing rate. So answer will be second. Okay. Now, next question is about the purplish red pigments. Rhodopsin contains in the rod types of a photoreceptor. Right. So this is the photoreceptor. Rhodopsin contained in the rod types of the photoreceptor cells of the human eye is a derivative of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and D. Vitamin D, answer will be vitamin A. Because the rhodopsin is the purple pigmented compound in the rods of the retina formed by the protein opsin and the derivatives of vitamin A. Retinal. Rhodopsin gives the outer segment of the rods a purple color and adapts the eye to low density light. So answer will be vitamin A is the right answer. Next question about when a neuron is in a resting state, it means not conducting any impulse. The axonal membrane is comparatively more permeable to potassium ion and nearly impermeable to sodium ion. And comparatively more permeable to sodium ion, nearly impermeable to potassium, equally permeable and impermeable. Answer will be first. Comparatively more permeable to potassium ion and nearly impermeable to sodium plus ion. Okay, so this is the right option about this answer. Why we have choose? So let me explain. Resting membrane is the condition in which there is no propagation of the impulse, as the impulse passes from the one part of the neuron to other conductivity of the ions in the previous part decrease and the ion channel start closing. During this stage, sodium plus ion channel are open as the slow worker and also called as the lead channel. They take more time to close and hence they remain open, right? Sodium plus ion are closed as the impulse pass off due to the presence of the presence of a open potassium channel, and the permeability of this potassium plus ion is the more, and as the sodium plus ion channel are closed, the membrane impermeable to sodium plus ion. So the resting membrane of the axon have more potassium inside and more sodium outside and more potassium inside. So we have choose the first option. Next question: the nervous centers which control the body temperature and the urge for eating are contained in thalamus, hypothalamus, pons, cerebellum. Answer will hypothalamus, because the hypothalamus play a significant role in the endocrine system, and the hypothalamus is involved in several functions of the body, including autonomic function control, endocrine functions control, homeostasis, motor function control, food and water intake regulation, body temperature regulation, sleep cycle regulation, etc. So that is why we choose hypothalamus. Next question about select the correct one. Matching of the structure, it is the location function. So eustachian tube, anterior part of internal ear, equalize the pressure on the other either side of the tympanic membrane. Cerebellum, midbrain, control respiration, gastric gastric secretion. Hypothalamus, forebrain, control body temperature, urge for eating and drinking. Yes, this is right, and we have choose just we have solved the previous question like this question. Blind spot near the place of the optic nerve leaves the eye. Rod and cones are the present but inactive here. Among of them, our right answer will be third. So, first of all, structure of the eustachian tubes. Location, middle ear. Function, equalize the pressure of an air on the two side of the tympanic membrane. So, I hope you will understand why we choose select this option is the wrong. Second, structure is the cerebellum. Location, hindbrain. Function, it maintains the posture, equilibrium and muscles tone. Third, hypothalamus, location forebrain. Functions it contains center for maintaining homeostasis by the regulating body temperature, heat, water balance and body posture. Last one is the blind spot location. Optic nerve start from this spot. Function it takes the visual receptor and insensitive to light. So correct option is among of them. Hypothalamus location is forebrain. Function control the body temperature, urge for eating and drinking. Answer will, answer will be third. Next question is about which part of human brain is connected with the regulation of the body temperature? Cerebellum, cerebrum, hypothalamus, medulla oblongata. Hypothalamus is the right answer. Because hypothalamus part of the human brain is connected with the regulation of the body temperature, and the hypothalamus is the portion of the brain that contains a number of small nuclei with a variety of function. The hypothalamus is a small cone-shaped structure, projects downwards and ending its the pituitary. So answer is the third. Next one question is the hypothalamus. Then next question front of you. Given below the diagram across cross section of the single loop of human cochlea, which one of the following options correctly represents the name of the three parts? A, B, C, and D. Right, so A is the perilymph, yes, this is right. B is the tectorial membrane, yes, this is also right. C is the endolymph, absolutely right. So we can say option 1 is our answer. If I talk about B, yes, B is tectorial membrane, this is the right answer. But C is not a perilymph, so this option eliminate. C is endolymph, yes, this is right. But D is the sensory hair, and A is the serum, so this is also again wrong. And D is the sensory hair cell. A is the endolymph. This is again wrong, and B is the tectorial membrane, so answer. So what we see, only option 1 is the right answer. And here you can see also a perilymph is an extracellular fluid located within the cochlear part of the inner ear. In the two of its three parts, the scala tympani, scala vestibuli, and scala media. The ionic composition of the perilymph is comparable to that of the plasma and cerebrospinal fluid. Tectorial membrane is the membrane having the consistency of the jelly that cover the surface of the organ of Corti. It is located above the spiral limbs and spiral organ of the Corti and elongated to cochlea. The sensory hair cells is the machinery mechanosensory cell which help in the hearing and vestibular functions. The organ of Corti in the cochlea has sensory cell which hold the hair cell. So answer will be first. Okay, so dear students, that was today's session, and thank you for watching to me. And really, I'm very happy to teach this topic by with fantastic, awesome question. So thanks again to watch to me, and we will meet tomorrow with new questions. Topic will same. Part 4 we will present. Until now, thank you. Bye bye for watching to me. Take care. Keep a smile. Be happy. Okay.